We did it. Look at him. Fucking look at it. Look at him saucing up. I guess I did eat a couple edibles before.
See, and that's the whole thing. When people go like, "Oh, I'm sober," like, "Oh, really? Like nothing?"
No, that's clean and sober.
No.
Yeah.
You can't claim sober.
Yeah, you can.
No, if you have an escape,
No.
that's all this is. That's all this is, an escape.
no,
I'm not going to deny that.
No.
Do I want reality right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't. So when you don't drink, because I've gone through this, and I've actually, when you don't drink, I believe that is sobriety, right? Because think about when anybody who's ever been like on heroin, or whatever, they're like, oh no, I'm sober from heroin. No, they go, I'm clean, or if they don't do anything, they'll go, I'm clean and sober. Why make the distinction? What do you mean? You can't just say no.
Well,
think about it. Before you say no, think about it.
What I'm saying, if you do anything to soften the edges,
Yeah.
that's not sober.
Well,
That's not sober.
But
Which is fine. I'm not saying like
I think straight edge or like clean and sober is like that. But if you're like, oh no, I don't. Well, actually, I don't even ever say. You'll never catch me saying like I'm sober. I just say I don't drink.
No, there's some people. Well, maybe there's some people that.
Well, yeah, but some people suck.
Some people that claim sober.
And they would suck no matter what.
Yeah.
But that's why I make a distinction not to go, oh yeah, no, I'm sober, blah, blah. I just go, oh, I don't drink. But if somebody would have asked me to like categorize it, I have broken it down and I've done a lot of thinking about it.
Yeah.
And the term sober or sobriety is usually synonymous with not drinking. Now, when people are going through like recovery or things like that, they will say, I'm clean. 90% of the time is like from hard drugs, like I'm clean, blah, blah. Or they'll go, I'm clean and sober. And there's clean and sober living and stuff like that. But I think there is that distinction besides that. But speaking of...
People get a doctor pass. Let's not move on yet. People get a doctor pass, right? They can still be like straight edge, but their doctor put them on medicine.
No. I mean, I know people
that doesn't count?
No, that they don't. Like, if they had a pill problem, they have a pill problem. They don't take like, unless it's like a non-psychoactive, or if it's something that just like changes the chemicals, like in your brain.
Yeah.
If either chemical receptors, blah, blah. And then there's like people that are like, I have anxiety. Well, you can't take Xanax because you're a pillhead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even when you go break your fucking leg and you go to the hospital, they're like, there are things you can and cannot take. And not that the doctors are like, no, it's to you because you know if you take this, it will mess up your sobriety, your stuff.
I've never, like, when I'm on, like, pain meds or anything from the doctor and it says do not take with alcohol, I've never paid attention to that.
Yeah, well, that's because they're telling you not to have fun.
Right?
Yeah,
like, it's not
absolutely.
It's not dangerous. They're just trying to take the liability off of them.
Yeah, they say
they're like, we gave you this. It might make you sleepy.
Yeah. No, don't operate a motor vehicle. Don't have fun. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, those are what those pills are for. Let's be honest.
I don't do pills.
Have you ever had, I hate pills, but you get me some syrup. Have you ever had like...
Dude, I'm a lightweight, dude. I've blacked out on whiskey and Dimetapp.
Yeah, okay. Well, that Dimetapp will... I used to eat
I didn't
triple
even think
C's.
it got down. I didn't even think Dimetapp could do that.
Bro, I used to eat triple C's. Don't do it, kids.
What is that?
Corseed cough and cold. I think they're locked up now, so don't even try it. But if you took a lot of them, you take like eight to 16 of these, bro, you would trip on a different level. One time, I was walking through the wood. All I remember is me and my friend ate it. It was like midnight, and then we were supposed to go meet up some chicks, and I was like in a neighborhood walking. Like, I don't remember how we got there. I'm just walking, and then I'm fucking there with some like with chicks and them, and then I like teleport again, and I was in the woods behind like some fences, and I had my pants around my ankles and a condom on.
Yeah. Okay, there's an age. Well, this is for me. That when I started like partying like that, like blacking out, I would wake up and giggle. I was like, "What happened?"
Yeah, oh, yeah, it's cute for a while.
Yeah, I think that stopped at like 28.
Yeah.
At 28, and I woke up not knowing how I got to bed, not knowing how the end of the night.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I remember going like,
Yeah. I used to piss on stuff, and then people telling you in the morning like, "Oh, you piss," and you're like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah.
And like, I have a giant scar on my arm, that I got covered up with a tattoo. It's like that big, and I don't know how I got it.
I actually do pretty well. I black out. I'm a professional blackout. I don't. I mean, there was a phase where I would get really angry, angry. But
Yeah, I went through those.
on average, I was a pretty good blackout. I would make it home. I wouldn't hit anything with myself or
A vehicle of
motor
sorts.
vehicle.
I would always get home. I mean, well, except for my 3 DWIs.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing.
I would always get home. It was fine. Other than that, I was just a sassy drunk. I was a sassy bitch. You remember that?
So that's another thing, going back to like people that like stop drinking. Like, oh really? Like, wow, that's cool, man. Like, yeah, I had like 3 DWIs. I was like, well, then the law, like by law, you cannot drink anymore.
Oh no, you can.
No, I mean you shouldn't. You shouldn't. But like that's
but you
like
can.
that's what is the motivation for you to stop drinking, which is like, well,
It's not really like the. You know what? More than that is like I was gonna hurt somebody, or hurt myself, and I have a daughter. So I don't really. It wasn't really like, obviously 3 DWIs didn't stop me before. Why would a fourth?
yeah.
But it was gonna end up. Yeah, I was gonna end up bad, dude.
But dude, don't you? Okay, go ahead.
Have you ever gotten drunk and done a show? What's the drunkest you've ever been on stage?
I used to get pretty fucking drunk at Jokesters.
Oh yeah,
At Jokesters, because I'm right down the street from my house.
yeah.
So I was just like, and you get tired of waiting for the open mic spot.
Did you ever bomb?
Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible.
Oh, I was gonna tell you the story, forgetting that you were there. Do you remember that time I showed up fucking hammered to that show at Black Potion and I threw a chicken wing at somebody on stage?
Dog. Yes, do I remember that? My family was the only people in the fucking crowd. You called my sister a dingbat. He was like, "What's up, dingbat?" I was like, "Dude, they're the only people here. They paid to be here, and you're calling her a dingbat." You were under the table, like hurling fucking like chicken bones.
I was
like,
yeah.
"Dog,
What I remember. Okay, well, hold on. Let's start at the beginning. So it was a Saturday.
dingbat. Who says dingbat?"
A guy who's hilarious. Someone who's hilarious. Drunk Dallas was a sassy queen. So Saturday morning, I'd woken up. So Friday, we did the Tiger probably. So gotten drunk, stayed up late, woke up at like 9, went and played disc golf. So started drinking probably by mid noon. By fucking noon.
By mid-noon?
Yeah, by noon, I probably had like 8 Trulies. Went home.
Those sneak up on you, man.
Oh, yeah. So I had like 8 Trulies, so I was wasted. So went home, took a nap, woke up probably 2 hours before the show, and then started drinking coffee and Trulies because I wanted to like sober up, but not like get totally sober.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be like hungover. Showed up to the show like pretty messed, pretty wasted.
Yeah.
But like still able, and then started drinking at the show. And then all I remember is like somebody asking me a question or saying something from the stage about me being drunk or something. And I just threw like a biscuit or like a chicken wing.
What's so odd is like you were functional, but you were looking through people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you were talking to my face, but you were like looking through me. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
it was a little bit scary, a little bit concerned. I didn't know you that well back then. I mean, we were Tiger comics, so like we were we spend every weekend together.
We were having look. And then I went on stage, and I didn't know that was your family, I guess.
They're the only people in the crowd. The only paying audience members, rather.
And I guess I was just trying to make the comics laugh.
You were doing your crowd work. Yeah, you were doing your crowd work.
And the second I started hearing y'all guys laugh,
I didn't. Not y'all. Don't not say y'all. I was not laughing at all.
you were laughing the loudest. And I remember specifically when I called your sister a dingbat, I heard you. It sounded like gasping for air, like a deep laugh. And I thought to myself then, I said, why is he being so mean to his own sister by laughing like that?
No. It's such the opposite. I love my family. They're very supportive, but nothing gives me a panic attack more than them being, not only them being there, but them being the only people there. I want to see my family witness the crowd enjoying the show.
Yeah.
When they're the audience, it's just so weird to talk about. Like,
and then
so I'm fucking my therapist, right?
Yeah. So I just thought I would break it up a bit. Has your sister ever said anything about that? What did they say about that?
Yeah. She's like, what the? Because my sister, she's a fighter.
Yeah.
You know, she's a lesbian, so she's a fighter, and she does not back down.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, oh, my sister's gonna fucking rush the stage.
But we did. We had some fun. I think. I don't remember.
Well, because they were in the third row. Had they been in the front row, she would have rushed the stage for sure. For sure.
So I remember I got done I did like 10 minutes, and I got done with my set, and I was in the hallway in the back, and I thought it would be funny. There's people walking. I thought it'd be funny to like run and slide up to these random people. I was with like Daniel Velasquez or somebody, Potter.
Steve
Bundy?
Steve Bundy was there.
Okay. And so
there was an improv class going on in this next room.
Yeah. And so I ran, and I was going to slide on my knees across, and then I tripped and ended up just slamming.
Because it was carpet.
No. And then not in the back hallway. Not in the back hallway. It was not carpet. It was fucking linoleum. And I slammed and then got up real quick. It was a girl, and I got up in her face, and she legitimately backed up and was like, "What is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
And bro, that's when I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm too drunk."
Yeah.
So yeah,
I've been that guy where I'm embarrassed myself, and then like I know like the crowd's not I don't want to say the crowd, but like the people at the party as well aren't digging it. I double down and I just become like overly annoying. Like that used to be my character and stuff. Like as a defense mechanism, I would be like, "Oh, you think that's annoying?
Yeah,
check this out." you know, like fucking just add on to it, dude.